Hi, these videos are being recorded for you to help you with your spreadsheet work on the Dino data spreadsheet. The aim is that I'll take you through each of the sheets in turn. We'll look at some formulas and I will show you some formulas, and then what I'll expect you to do then is to use what I've taught you on one column to apply it then to the other columns. We're going to start this series by looking at the first sheet, and by now you should have typed in all of the data into the Dino data sheet, which you can see on screen. Throughout the videos and throughout the tasks, you will notice these little triangles on the top of these cells. So if you look in the cell here, okay, you can see there's a little red triangle on the top, and those are giving you tasks or instructions on what's being asked of you. So you can see that it says that this column is being done for you. It has been put into alphabetical order so that lookup formulas will work later on. So we're going to look at lookup formulas in a video in the future. So let's start looking through these then. So this first one is asking us to format the data so that it contains no decimal places. So you can see that the data in this column, okay, which I've just highlighted, is already formatted to no decimal places, so we do not need to do anything with this column. One thing I wanted to just quickly point out is highlighting data. So if you highlight data, what you're doing is clicking in the center of the cell, holding down the left mouse button and dragging. Okay, it is not this little button on the corner, because that does something completely different. Okay, if I do that, it will replace the numbers, as you can see. And also it's not by using on the edge of the cell like that with the compass cursor, because if I do that and I drag it, what I actually am doing is dragging that value somewhere else in the sheet. So whenever you are copying, or whenever you are highlighting a column or values, make sure that you click in the middle of the cell and drag. Okay, you can also do it the other way. Okay, so we can drag and to select multiple columns, multiple rows. Let's have a look at this next column then. So this next column says format the data so that it only contains one decimal place. Well, if you look at the numbers in this, they all contain one decimal place, so that one is also done, so we don't need to do any work on this one either. Okay, the next one, format this data so that it contains only one decimal place. Well, these have got no decimal places at the minute, so what we need to do is to format these values so as they have one decimal place. So this is how we do it. You're going to highlight the column. Anywhere in this grey area, we are going to right click, okay, and you're going to find format cells. So there's my format cells there, and I'm going to click that option, and it opens up the format cells for me. And you can see we're only going to be working really with the numbers. Okay, so we're on the number tab. There's lots of different tabs across the top. You don't need to be worried about any of them at the minute apart from the number one. And what we're going to do is to make sure that it's a number set to one decimal place. So you can see at the moment it's set to 0 decimal places. So I'm going to change it to 1 and then click OK. As you go through this piece of work, what I'd like you to do is to take some screenshot evidence of how you formatted your data. So all you need to do really is to go back onto your format cells once you've formatted your data. Okay, move the window to one side so you can see both columns, and just take a screenshot and explain what you've done, that you formatted the height column to one decimal place. Okay, so you do that for every column that you format. Okay, let's go on to the next one. What's the next one say? Format this data so that it contains no decimal places. So we've got 3 decimal places at the end of this these values. So we're going to highlight this column, right click, format cells. Okay, and now we're going to take it down to 0 decimal places. Click OK. Okay, what does it say about this one? Okay, write the main sources of each dinosaur's diet as plants or meat. Well, it already is. Okay, this one is saying format these cells to currency with no decimal places. So currency just means the pound signs. So there are no pound signs at the minute. So and we've got 2 decimal places. This is 2 numbers after the decimal point. So we want currency with no decimal places. So let's highlight this column. Right click, we're going to format cells, and we're going to format this column as currency, so there's currency to 0 decimal places. Okay, again, go back onto format cells, okay, take a screenshot to show that you've got currency to 0 decimal places, and I would draw an arrow on your screenshot to point from this to this column. Okay, so it's clear on what it is you're actually referring to. Okay, and the last one, this is saying format this information so that it contains no decimal places. So you know what to do here. Highlight the column, right click, format cells. Okay, 0 decimal places. Okay, and that then is this sheet complete, because it tells you, or at least you've completed all of the tasks that you've been asked to do. Also, I want to point out that if you scroll down, okay, that sometimes there are help images to help you with the tasks on that sheet. So you can see here that they're telling you about formatting cells. Select the cells, right click, format cells, this is what we did, and then select the number, for example, and set it to the right number of decimal places, but this one is pointing to currency. Okay, so that's how you format the cells on the Dino data sheet.